Great morning, great morning, great morning. Come on in, you guys. Come on in. Come on in, you guys. Let me go ahead and turn on my do not disturb and share. Great morning, great morning. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Great morning, great morning. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Evelyn. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Christina. Hey, Whitfield. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. I'm going to give people just a minute to get on. I'm super excited about everything that God is doing and how he's moving. And I pray that this word that I'm about to release blesses you. I pray that it blesses you. Hey, Martin. Great day, great day. All right. So before we get started, let me go ahead and pull out the alive so we can take our alive. I'm standing in need of alive. Hey, Corey. Hey, Phoenicia. How are you? Hey, Jason. How you doing, brother? Thank you for sharing, April. Go ahead, get your alive and shake it up. Get your alive and shake it up. And let's take this shot. Here's to all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Cheers. All right, let me pour my husband up and then I'm going to get started. We are in the 10 days of awe leading up to Yom Kippur. Leading up to, the Day of Atonement. And this is a time to really check in with God and to ask for forgiveness, to get things right. And this morning, as I was talking to God, He said, make a different choice. And it really didn't, Corey. It didn't. My sister-in-law is in the hospital right now. So I woke up to news of that. And yeah, so it's just been a lot this morning. But I went and worked out. I did, and I didn't want to, and I had to pray all the way to the car. I said, look, all I could do was say, God help me. God help me. Sometimes that's all you can do is say, God help me. Help me. I'm determined to make some different choices. We can never control people like people can't control us. We can never control people. People can't control us, but we can control ourselves. And I don't like being mad or upset or, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that place. But the truth of the matter is, it's my choice. I get to choose whether or not I'm that. I get to choose whether or not I stay in that place. I get to choose it. So God just was talking to me about make a different choice. Make a different choice. If you know that 99.9% of the time somebody is going to do a particular thing, and you know that 99.9% of the time it's going to aggravate you, choose not to let it aggravate you. Just make a different choice. I'm making a different choice because anything other than making a different choice is to live in a state of aggravation and frustration. And that never goes well. That never ends well because they begin to stack on top of each other. That aggravation, that frustration, you begin to hold things in, it begins to stack up until it explodes. I'm just making a different choice. I'm just making a different choice. Now, that choice may mean I have to move differently. Then I have to move differently. You know, I am determined to maintain my peace. Peace is one of the most valuable assets that you can ever have in your life. I want my peace. I want my peace. I want my peace more than I want a piece. A piece of cake, a piece of money, a piece of life, a piece of anything. I want my peace more than it. I want my peace. You know, if we know that we have the ability to make a different choice, why do we continue to choose the same choice over and over again? Because we're creatures of habit. We're creatures of habit. We're accustomed to doing certain things a certain way, and that's what we do. We're accustomed to responding to things a certain way, and that's what we do. I have to assume responsibility for me, for my choices, my responses, my reactions, how I deal with the things that happen in life, because guess what? Stuff is going to happen in life. It just is. It just is. You can't change that. You can't change that stuff is going to happen. Angel number 122. You can't, but you can't change you and your responses to stuff that happens. I am in a place in my life where I don't want to waste these 10 days. I don't want to get to the Day of Atonement and then I've got all of this stuff that's pent up that, you know, now I got to ask God to forgive me for it. No, I want a clean slate each day. So given that I know I'm going to sin each day, I got to repent each day so that I don't end up at the end of the 10 days at the Day of Atonement, like, oh God, with a whole laundry list of things that I should have already asked forgiveness for and I didn't. Make a different choice. Choose you this day. Choose you this day. Do you know that sometimes we serve our need to control what's going on around us? When we serve God, we serve our need to control what's going on around us. Our need to control, situations and people. We serve that. Like that is our God, right? Now listen, you heard me say we, right? So I'm not exempting myself from this. Angel number 133. But we got to do something different. We got to do something different. Because what we can't control, we begin to resent. Let me say that again for the people all the way in the back. What we can't control, we begin to resent. If our God is controlling what's going on around us, controlling those around us, then when we cannot control things, situations, and people, we begin to resent them. I don't have time to live in resentment. I don't have time for that. So I have to shift my expectations. I have to shift how I view things. I have to shift how I deal with things. Science. I'm a scientist. I teach psychology, and one of the things that I teach is research methods. And I want to talk about science, right? The aspects of science, the steps of science. So in science, right? The goal is to identify, explain, or describe. Identify, explain, or describe. Understand. Identify, understand, predict, and control. Identify, understand, predict, and control. Identify, angel number 144, predict. Identify, understand, predict, and control. Let me put these up here. Because I need y'all to get this. This is for me as much as it is for you. All right. So y'all bear with me. Let me delete one because I feel like I'm going to be short. One, identify. Oh, hold on. I'm going to have to do it all on one line. Identify. I'm getting ready to bless some people today. Understand. Predict. And control. Identify, understand, predict, and control. That's the scientific method. The scientific method is designed to help you identify what's going on, understand why it's going on, predict when it's going to happen, and control what happens. Now check this out. If we identify a pattern and we come to understand why the pattern exists, understand when the pattern shows up, then we can predict when it's going to happen. If we can predict when it's going to happen, we can control either it happening or our response to it. We can control either it happening or our response to it. If it's a behavior of ours, we can control engaging in the behavior. Whether or not we engage in the behavior, we can control that. If it deals with someone else, we can control our response to what happens. Either way, if you want to control something, control your response. If you want to control something, for all of us recovering control freaks, control you. Control your response. Today, I take full responsibility for me, my response to whatever enters my life, whatever comes my way. Control that. My goal, my job is to control me, my behaviors, and my responses. Angel number 144. I can't control nobody else. But what I can do is I can control my behavior and my responses. Make a different choice. We make everything so complicated. Make a different choice. If you like controlling stuff, control you. Control you. Predict what you're going to do and control that. I have to control my temper because I have a temper. I have a temper. I do have a temper. And normally I'm able to keep it under control. Normally I'm able to handle stuff. Normally I'm able to, navigate through. Normally I'm able to. What I've discovered though is right through here, my emotional resources are kind of tapped, which means that things that I normally would be able to respond differently to, I found are triggering me. So I have to understand why. Why is that? I wonder why that is. Well, we're coming upon the anniversary of my dad's death. It's been a lot going on. So I'm a little emotionally raw. Okay. So it's taking all of my emotional resources to try to control me, to try to control my emotions, to try to control my reactions. And the truth of the matter is, I failed yesterday. Yesterday, I failed miserably. I failed horribly when it came to controlling my emotions. I failed. And it's so crazy because I was trying to just keep it together. I was trying to just keep it together. Just keep it together, girl. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. And just come on now. Pull yourself together now. Pull yourself together. I didn't do a good job. This morning, as God and I were talking before I went to the gym, he gave me some clear instructions. Go to the gym, work out. If you don't go to the gym and work out, you are not going to do well. I'm telling you, you're not going to do well. You're not going to do well because you got a lot of pent up. So you're not going to do well. Go to the gym. You don't have to work out hard. You don't have to work out long, but I need you to expend some energy. This is a relaxed day. I just want you to have a relaxed workout. Just walk, read, just let me just minister to you. Let me just minister to you. One thing about me is I can be honest about me. I can be honest about me. It's not always easy to be honest about you, but I can be honest about me. I get frustrated when people aren't honest about them. I be sick of being the only one being honest about me, like the only one that can see me. Like I be sick of that. I be sick that I can see me and be honest and say, I was wrong, da 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 da, but other people can't see them. I be mad about that. I be mad that God make me say stuff. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to be the bigger person. I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to acknowledge any vulnerability. I don't want to acknowledge any hurt. I don't want to acknowledge any emotion. I don't want to acknowledge anything. I really want to say some stuff. Like that's what I want to do. Like literally, I said I got to get myself together because I'm in table flipping mode and I can't flip tables. This is not a table flipping season. And so I said, God, you got to do something in me. Because I can't control nobody but me. And God, if you don't help me, I'm going to flip some stuff. God, I need you. Do you know that that's what God wants? He wants us to admit that we need him, to know that we need him. And sometimes he will allow things happen to remind us that we need him, to remind us of our humanity, to remind us, that thorn in your side, right? The thorn in the flesh that Paul prayed that he would remove, angel number 166, that thorn that God would not remove. And what did he say? My grace is sufficient. Do you know that there are some things that are designed to be my grace is sufficient moments for you? Like those things are his grace is sufficient. Like you got to rely on his grace because you can't handle it in your flesh. So you got to rely on God's grace. And you got to accept God's grace. And you got to give God's grace. And it's all about the grace. There's a song that I was listening to this morning, and it was talking about shifting the atmosphere. And the truth is that we have to shift the atmosphere. If the atmosphere is not what you want it to be and what you need it to be, you have to shift the atmosphere. You have to shift it, but you have the ability to do so. You have the ability to do so. If you can identify it and you can understand why it is and you can predict when it's going to happen, you can control it. And controlling it sometimes is as simple as shifting the atmosphere, shifting your perspective, shifting your mood, shifting how you view things, shifting how you respond. Shift is a real thing right now in this season. I keep hearing the word shift. I keep hearing the word shift. There's a shift. God is shifting. And all we have to do, angel number 166, is make a different choice. Choose to do one thing differently. Whatever you would normally do, don't do that. Whatever you would normally do, don't do that. If doing that doesn't produce the result that you want, don't do it. Don't do it. No, we do it because we want to prove a point. We do it because, we want to show somebody something. We do it because that's what we normally do. We do it for any number of reasons, but if it doesn't make you feel the way you want to feel, why do it? Why do that? You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's insanity. But first you got to identify what's causing it. Like what's causing it, and you need to understand it. If you understand it, then maybe, just maybe, you can predict when it's coming. I pay attention to times and seasons. I pay attention to events, like what's happened in the past around a certain time. Like I pay attention to those things, right? Why? Because they can help me understand why people do the stuff they do. It can give me a deeper insight into maybe why someone made a choice or said something or did something. It can help me understand it. Because if you understand what's happened in a person's life in the past around a certain time, then you can understand when they may be on, you can understand stuff that they don't even understand. They may not even realize that's what's going on, but it be what's going on. See, that's one of the benefits and also one of the curses of studying psychology is that I look deeper, right? The problem with me looking deeper is people don't always appreciate me looking deeper because they want to keep it surface, but it's not surface. It's not random. It's not happenstance. It's the result of this. Like this is rooted in this. Oh, this happened. Okay, so now that's why this is happening. Okay. But listen, if I understand that, if I can identify that and I understand that and I can predict what's going to happen, then I have to control me. My response, my reaction. My response, my reaction. My response, my reaction. My response, my reaction. Somebody put in the comments, my response, my reaction. Put in the comments, my response, my reaction. I know you do, Jason. You know, we're wired like that. He said, I love psychology. My response, my reaction. Hey, Dr. Lowe, how you doing, boo? Yes, Donnell, my response, my reaction. Yes, Christina, my response, my reaction. Angel number 166 again. My response, my reaction. I got to look this up because it just keeps coming up. So that means that there's something that our angels want us to know. So let's see what it is. Angel number 166 is a reminder to focus your thoughts and intentions on your desires. It's a sign from your angels that you are capable of achieving your dreams and goals. If you embrace the encouragement from the angels, focus on positive thoughts. Hold on. Hold on. And take action. It encourages positivity and motivation as you work towards your goals. If you approach each challenge with a can-do attitude and maintain your focus, you will be more likely to do everything you set out to do. Control what? My response, my reaction. It signals that you are meant to achieve great things in life and that you should never give up on your dreams. Your angels want you to know that they are watching over you and cheering you on every step of the way. They believe in you and they want you to believe in yourself too. Your angels are reminding you to approach life with an optimistic attitude, even in the face of challenges. They want you to be excited about the opportunities that lie ahead and embrace them with open arms. It is a message to go ahead and take action. Your angels want you to stop procrastinating and start making progress. They know that you have the ability to achieve great things, but you need to take the first step. Y'all, I promise you. So use 166 as a source of inspiration and motivation and start pursuing your dreams today. Let me tell you something. Oh my goodness. Today, I was like, okay, I just got to take a step. Yesterday, I talked about some things that I needed to do. I did none of those things. I got none of those things done. when I say I was thrown all the way off, I was thrown all the way off. And listen, I chose to be thrown off. I chose it. I chose to allow something to throw me off my game, to knock me off my axis, to knock me off my square. And this is what I need you to understand. Listen, because something knocks you off your square doesn't mean you got to stay off your square all day. Like, even if you get knocked off for a minute, if you get knocked off for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, get back on your square, get back in your square, get back on your box, get back where you're supposed to be. I essentially, I want you to hear me, wasted almost a whole day when I could have gotten things done. But no, I'm busy being mad. I'm mad, and I'm big mad. And when I'm big mad, it's hard for me to come down from big mad. Big mad. Table flipping mad, pissed off. And all I had to do was choose a different response. It seems so foolish now. Hey, I wasted all those hours being mad when I could have just chosen a different response. I know y'all may be saying, Dr. V, you make it seem so simple, but it's not that simple in the moment. But it is. It really is. Like, you got to think about this. So let me tell you how you get big mad, right? How you get really angry. You're thinking about a thing, and in your mind, you're saying, I know good and well that did not happen. I know you lying, in the words of April Green Anderson. I know you lying. So what you do is you take an action, a word, something that transpired, and you begin to think about that thing, and you marinate on it, and you begin to say in your mind, this is saying this about me, right? You internalize it. You begin to ascribe intention to what a person did, and your intentions may be absolutely correct. Well, like what you think their intentions were, you may be right about that, but you get to decide how you respond to that, right? So normally, if we feel like we're being attacked, or somebody's coming for us, we want to come back. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, baby, I was in big Leo energy yesterday. What does that mean, Dr. V? Big Leo energy. Aren't you say I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost, covered by the blood of Jesus? And I still, when I feel like I'm backed up in a corner, will cut you up and dice you into little pieces with little remorse. And so I have to prevent myself from getting to that place. I have to prevent myself from because listen, I know it ain't pretty, and I know it's hard to come back from. So I have to prevent myself from going to that place. But when I feel like my back is up against the wall, I know you ain't got my back up against the wall. I know you're not trying me. You trying me? Listen. And it's not pretty. See, this is why I tell people, look, there's a way to deal with me. There really is a way to deal with me. But coming at me is not it. Because if you come at me, I'm going to come back. Then I'm in a whole mood. Now I'm mad. Now I'm frustrated. So I got to shift all of that mindset. But do you know why we don't shift that mindset? Because we feel like if we don't go back at people, then they're going to keep doing it. They're going to take advantage of us because we don't feel safe. We don't feel safe. It's important to feel safe. If you don't feel safe, if you feel like you're going to be attacked, if you feel like nothing you do is good enough, if you feel like people are looking for something, then you are going, like that is our natural instinct. And what I'm telling you is we can't move off our natural instinct. We got to do the counterintuitive. I don't like it either. So listen, I know y'all talking about, listen, Jason. Oh, you think that's okay? Oh, that ain't okay. That's what we doing? Oh, that's not what we doing. We're not doing that. Let me tell you what we not doing. That right there. Not doing that. I'm not doing that. Right? But we got to choose a different route. Now, this may not be for y'all, and maybe this is just me having to counsel myself. Maybe I'm counseling myself, y'all. Listen, maybe I'm just counseling myself. Maybe it ain't for y'all. Maybe this was just for me so that I could counsel myself in my decision making and moving forward. I don't like wasting a day not able to accomplish things because my emotions have been stirred up. So that's on me, though. That's on me. No one can make you feel anything. You choose your emotions. You choose your emotional response to things based on previous patterns and things that it meant in the past, in past relationships, in past interactions, on past jobs, in past businesses. We begin to feel things, right? And we begin to go back to what we know about that particular action. It reminds us of something. And so then we begin to feel what we felt in the past. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Either we're going to leave the past in the past or we're going to face the past head on. And we're going to deal with it and move forward. I would advise you to face it head on and deal with it and move forward. Because it's not going away. The past exists like the present exists, like the future exists. All of them exist. We weave through time. And our past affects our present, and our present predicts our future. So are your present actions going to get you the future that you desire? And if it's not, choose something different. Make a different choice. Make a different choice. Just choose differently. You can do that. You have that right. You have that authority. You have that ability. This morning was so much racing through my head. So much going through my mind. And I know me. Y'all got to get to know yourself. I know me. And I know sometimes I can get to a place where I shut down. I disconnect. That means I'm frustrated, right? This is not the season to shut down and disconnect. This is the season to press in and to deal with you, to deal with your past, to deal with your present, so that you can create the future that you desire. In all you're getting, get understanding. And all you're getting, get understanding. Recognize the signs of where something is going, and then adjust your reactions and your responses accordingly. You don't have to go down the same path. You can choose something different. Today, I choose something different. It doesn't mean don't have difficult conversations. It doesn't mean don't address elephants in the room. It doesn't mean that. It just means know that you can only control your response and your reaction. Choose wisely based on where you're going, based on the future that you want. Sometimes you can be right and still produce a response or a future that you don't want, even though you're right. So you got to ask yourself, is proving that I'm right worth the future that it's going to produce? The answer may be yes. And if it is, go forth. Maybe you need to choose something different. Angel number 166. choice is yours. Isn't that beautiful? That God gives us free will, a right to choose. And then talks about wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. In all of your getting, get an understanding, get wisdom. If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask it of God, and he will give it to him. Get some wisdom, because some things aren't wise to do. You can do them, but it's not wise because it's going to produce a future you don't want. So sometimes we got to let God handle stuff, especially when you know how you are. Know you. And if you know how you are, listen, and you know you pursuing it in a certain way is going to result in, if things don't shift, some folks don't get cut up, diced up, and you go disconnect and detach, baby, choose differently. Choose differently. Choose differently. Angel number 177. God desires so much for us. And the fact that he requires the entire universe to work for us to get us to a place. You don't think that that's going to happen and you ain't choosing differently. You're not dealing with you. You're not addressing you and what you got going on. You're not growing. You got to grow. You got to grow. Everything that we go through in life is designed to grow us up. Angel number 177 indicates that your prayers have reached the divine realm. Your prayers have been heard. Woo! It means you should keep going and continue to put your best into everything. It is always a call to action. Oh my goodness, Jesus, Lord. It is a reminder to you, it is a reminder that it's up to you to go after what you want in life. You may be feeling scared or like you're not good enough. The angels know that these are difficult feelings to overcome. However, they suggest that the best strategy is to what? Take action. Stop waiting around. Angel number 177 will often show up when the reason we aren't acting is fear and doubt. Perhaps we fear failure or doubt that we truly have the ability to achieve something. It could even be that we don't really think we deserve the things that we want. Angel number 177 tells us that these are just symptoms of low self-esteem and that we need to work on loving ourselves. Listen. Yes, continue to push. God is calling you to action. It's time to do the work. It's time to love all of you. Listen, I love all of me, even the parts I don't like. I love all of me. And I love me even when I get it wrong, even when I allow myself to respond in a way that's not ideal. Like, I still love me. I love me enough to say, baby, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You got this. Make a different choice. Make a different choice. Today, I challenge you to make a different choice. Choose something different. Just make a different choice and know that God has got you. Listen, this is the thing. God is concerned about everything concerning you. And if God is concerned about everything concerning you, then he's going to help you identify things and then understand why something is happening so that you can predict it, so that you can control you. That's all he's asking. He's not asking you to control other people. He's not asking you to control the weather. He's not asking you to control situations and circumstances. He's asking you to control you. Just control you, boo. If you can master you, you can master the universe. Y'all remember that show, Masters of the Universe, right? If you can control you, you can master the universe. How is that going to allow you to master the universe, Dr. V? Because the universe is everything around you that's happening. And when I say you can master it, it doesn't mean you can control it, but you can master how you respond to it and what actions you produce. And so it doesn't knock you off your square. You expect it. It's like the blow that you know is coming. If you know a blow is coming, why you gonna sit there and just leave your jaw right there for them to punch you in the jaw? Duck, move, swerve, bob and weave, bob and weave. Some things are like that. You may be in situations where you know people are going to do certain things. You got to bob and weave, bob and weave, bob and weave, and keep it moving, because you can't control anybody else. You can't change anybody else. People are going to do what they're going to do. People are creatures of habit, so they do what they habitually do. Bob and weave, bob and weave. See your future, what you want it to look like, how you want to feel in it. And if it's not going to take you there, if it's not going to give you that feeling, bob and weave, bob and weave. And if you know, listen to me, if you know the blow you want to throw will kill somebody, don't throw it. Don't throw it. You could. You would be justified. Don't do it. Don't do it, because it's not going to produce the feeling that you desire, even though it may feel good for a moment just to get that blow through. If the blow then kills them, you've just committed murder. Is it worth it? It's not. It's not. Hold the hand and bob and weave. I know that seems like that you're on the defense and you want to be on the offense. Just be on defense when you got to be on the defense, babe. Just bob and weave and keep your joy. Bob and weave and keep your joy. Bob and weave and keep your joy. Keep your peace. Keep your sanity. Don't flip the tables over unnecessarily. If you ain't got to flip them over, don't flip them over. Just let the table stay. You might have to clear it off. Don't flip it. Come on now. Choose your response. Choose a different behavior. Make a different choice to get a different reaction, to get a different response, to get a different outcome. And I ain't even talking about for them. I ain't even talking about for them. I ain't even talking about for them. Forget that. I'm talking about for you. I'm talking about your peace of mind, your sanity. I'm talking about for you. Do something different. Do something different. Just do something different. As we're leading up to the Day of Atonement, let's walk in a state of consciousness where we're aware of us and our actions and reactions and responses. Oh, Corey, that's good. Zip it and don't flip it. Zip it and don't flip it. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Zip, don't flip. Woo! When in your head you be saying, oh, you tried it. You tried it. And that's the thing. Yeah, we don't like feeling tried because we feel like it's an element of disrespect. Oh, you disrespected me. Baby, and if you have problems with disrespect, then you know, there'll be behaviors that people engage in that make you feel disrespected. And so in your feelings of disrespect, you feel like you got to respond a certain way to show them that you will not be disrespected. Let God do what God is going to do. Let God handle it. Look, you guys, I pray this word blessed you. I pray that it gave you some encouragement, that listen, it shifted my mood. I don't know if y'all noticed because I was really somber starting off, but you know, listen, if you can't laugh at you, listen, you better get a sense of humor because, baby, I promise you, I'm a table flipper. I'm a table flipper. I'm a table flipper, y'all. Woo! What? What you say? You gotta know you, baby. Know you. Be able to laugh at you. Be able to look at you. Be able to identify what's going on with you. Know what's going on so you don't respond crazily. This time about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, this year 2 years ago, because we're coming up on a 2-year anniversary of my dad's death. This year 2 years ago, because he died in 21. Yeah. I remember I was dealing with something with one of my clients and members, And I was like, girl, do you not know that my daddy is in hospice? Are you really calling me with this right now? And I was ready to flip some tables. Like, I'm like, what in the what? I know you lying. I know this is not happening right. I know it's not. But guess what? Let me tell y'all about the goodness of God, okay? So let me tell you about the goodness of God. God will allow things to happen in times that are very critical for you in order for you to see who people are. Sometimes you got to see, because they can't go where you're going. You got to see who they are. You just got to see. You got to see. Because listen, let me tell you this. There's no way I can love somebody and know they're going through a life and death situation, and I'm getting ready to bring them some BS. I'm not doing that. And anybody that does that, they don't love you. They don't care nothing about you. They've been waiting for a chink in your armor so they can destroy you. Recognize it for what it is. But I also know this: elevation's on the other side of it. Jesus couldn't go to the cross, go to the grave, come back with the keys, and ascend to the right hand of the Father without Judas. Judas had to do what he did. When the Judas shows up, know you close. Oh, it's about to be ascension time. But before the ascension now, listen, there's the death, burial, and the resurrection. Okay? So just know when Judas shows up, get ready, because the death, burial, and resurrection are right around the corner. You got to die to self. You got to bury the old you. And you got to be resurrected in new life. And then you can ascend to the right hand of the Father. I'm just saying, y'all, listen, you so close. I don't want you to miss it because you didn't control your response and your reactions. Control that stuff. Watch what God does. Look, I love you guys so much. I really do. I genuinely do. I pray this word has blessed you, that it's given you what you needed for today. I know it has given it to me. Praise God. And I done talked to I had to encourage myself. I had to encourage myself in the Lord. If this word blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can do so at Cash App $ DRV Johnson 777. Look that angel number up, 777. DRV Johnson 777. Look, I love you to life and life more abundant, having an incredible, amazing, and epic day.